Hello everyone, welcome back to Press House Student Spotlight. So glad that you're joining us for this video series that we've started here this year. And I am so excited to be joined this afternoon by May. And so let's just get started. May, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us your name, your pronouns, where you're from, and then all the college-y things.
Okay, my name is May. I'm a junior at UW-Madison. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm studying health promotion, health equity, and global health. I'm from Milwaukee, and yeah, that was it, right?
Yeah, that's all.
Cool.
Tell me then how you decided to come to UW-Madison.
I'm a People Scholar, so I did the People program at Rufus King in Milwaukee, and that basically means I got full tuition to come here, so it was kind of the obvious choice for me.
Yeah, my dad always said when I was growing up, free money is free money.
Yeah.
So you go to school where the free money is. What does PEOPLE stand for?
Pre-college enrichment opportunities for learning excellence.
That's such a long acronym. You deserve all the credit for even getting close to it, if that is correct.
I'm not sure how correct that is. I always forget the acronym, but
I will take your word for it.
Okay.
So you came to UW-Madison as part of this PEOPLE program.
Yes.
And you're majoring in health, equity, and promotion.
Yeah.
And some other things.
Right, yeah.
It's a long name,
Yeah.
like the PEOPLE program. How did you decide on that major?
I really enjoyed my population science class in high school, and when I came to UW, I was between going to a harder science like chemistry or going to humanities geography, population science, that kind of stuff. And then I took Pop Health 370, I think, and I just really enjoyed it a lot more than I was enjoying my chemistry or math classes. And I was like, I don't think I want to spend the rest of my life struggling through chemistry. So I switched my major, and yeah, I've been really enjoying it. So yeah.
That's so real. I also am a person who switched their major because I did not want to struggle with chemistry. So I feel that deeply.
Yeah.
Do you have a sense of what you want to do once you graduate with this degree?
So I'm probably going to get my master's in public health. I'm thinking of doing the dual enrollment in nursing and public health because I think I'd like to work more one-on-one with other people, and I think that working in adjacent to nursing or other more one-on-one settings would be something that I enjoy, but I'm not entirely sure yet.
So tell me a little bit more about your experience just as a UW-Madison student. So we talked about school. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, what is maybe one of your favorite experiences as a student here at UW?
I kind of just enjoy being on campus, I guess. It's when I first moved here, I low-key hated being here, but I think that now that I've settled into college life, I just really enjoy walking around campus and living my little college life.
Yeah.
So doing things that feel super college specific, like studying at the library or going to Memorial Union or doing clubs and stuff. Makes me really feel like I'm living the college experience. So I've been trying to I guess engage more in that because I'm kind of, as a junior, realizing that I only have this year and next year left of this very specific moment in time in my life. So I'm just trying to enjoy that, I guess, by being more present on campus, I guess.
Yeah. Can I ask, what made you hate it so much when you first came here?
It was a big shift moving from Milwaukee to Madison.
Yeah.
And it was fresh off the pandemic, and I was still charging up for all the social interaction.
Yeah.
And then just being in a new place. And yeah, it was a big switch because my high school and the place that I lived in Milwaukee was a lot more diverse than Madison was. So it was just a very large switch of going from a non-PWI into a PWI setting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty jarring to just be walking around, looking around, and nobody looks like me or was a minority. And yeah, it just felt I felt super out of place here on campus. But I've been like, engaging with doing stuff like with clubs and activities here on campus, and then I do like the BIPOC group here at Press House. And so like having those little spaces for myself has helped a lot in like feeling more comfortable on campus, I guess.
Yeah. Since you mentioned the BIPOC group here at Press House, I kind of want to shift gears and talk a little bit about your Press House experience. So first, tell me how you landed here at Press House. Like, what made you decide I'm going to show up to this church on East Campus Mall?
Honestly, I don't really remember the first time I came to Press House like at all.
That's so fair.
I kind of just showed up here, and I don't really remember how or why I got here. I mean, like, I had gone to church like growing up, and when I got to college, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. I was like, I'm gonna take like a little break. But then I kind of just ended up at Press House, and I was like, it doesn't really seem like I'm taking a break anymore. And yeah, I don't know. I guess the reason I stayed at Press House is because I enjoyed engaging with the community, and it was nice having like a sense of something that was familiar to me but also very new to me, just in terms of the dynamic here at Press House. So it was just familiar because it was like a church, which is like a setting I was used to, but then also it was kind of just like a new take on what church could be. And I really enjoyed that, so I kept coming.
What do you feel like was new for you when you came to Press House compared to your previous church experience?
Coming here, it was very, like, the main thing was that it was very student oriented. So that was very fresh and new. Most of the churches I've been to like had youth programs, but it felt like most of the like resources and sermons was catered more towards like the adults in the church. So it was very nice, I guess, coming to a space that was kind of all about me. I guess I also enjoyed that Press House is very open about its politics and its inclusivity. I feel like the churches I've been to either weren't inclusive or they just kind of like scooted around to like talking about it and like just kind of avoided thinking or speaking on those kind of topics. And so I enjoyed that Press House was a place that like engaged with students, wanted to hear what they had to say, and then was like willing to have those open discussions, I guess. Yeah. And be very firm on where they stand about it.
So you've been at Press House for a couple of years now, and I'm curious about your most memorable Press House experience.
Yeah, I'd probably say that going to Puerto Rico was my most memorable Press House experience, just because I guess it just really stands out in terms of like other things that I've done here at Press House. Yeah, I really enjoyed the trip, so yeah, it really stands out. Yeah,
and for those who may not know, so May is talking about a Break with a Purpose trip that we took in I guess it would have been this January, so 2023.
That's weird.
Break with a Purpose is a trip that we do every year. It's a trip that we take where the goal is to go, grow, learn, and serve. And so this January, we traveled to Puerto Rico. We partnered with Presbyterian Disaster Assistance and a local organization in Puerto Rico called Tetros Pa' Mi Gente, which is Roofs for My People. And we were doing like construction work and stuff on the island. But I'll let May sort of talk more about the details of what we did and what the experience was like as a student.
Yeah, I mean, it was very like packed days. So like we kind of did a lot. So yeah, we did like sightseeing. And so that was like a great way just to like get to know everyone that was on the trip and kind of just engage with the local community, the local culture there. And then we would obviously volunteer, and that was really enjoyable. I enjoyed working with the organization, just kind of learning about the efforts that they were making in the disaster relief. It was very interesting to me, especially from like a global health perspective, just learning more about what they were doing. And it was also great seeing the like care and love that they had for their community there. You could really tell that there was a strong sense of community and love for the whole island and for the people there. And so that was something I really enjoyed about being in Puerto Rico and volunteering. And then at night we would have like discussions, and yeah, the different people would present different verses and also like come up with different discussion questions. And so it was a good time to just kind of reflect on what we were doing there, and then also about the role that Christians play in doing things like volunteer work or in going on trips like this. It was just very interesting to hear the different perspectives of the different people that were going on the trip. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It stood out to me a lot because it was just a week dedicated to learning and growing and creating community. So yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, that was the first trip that I led solo here at Press House, and I agree with you, it was a great time. Drop a little shameless plug for future Break with Purpose trips. 2024, we're going to Guatemala. I will not be going because I have a little one scheduled to be born right around that time. But if you're watching this and considering going on Break with a Purpose, I definitely encourage you to go because it truly is a really, really memorable and impactful experience. So let's stay on the Press House train for a moment. Mm-hmm. One of our mottos here at Press House is bring all of who you are. It's like on the side of our building, we say it all the time. Yep. And so I'm curious, from your perspective as a student, how have you seen that motto, bring all of who you are, in action here at Press House?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that initially drew me to Press House was the motto, bring all of who you are. I think that hasn't always been the case in places that I've been, not just like religiously, but just in general. So I think it was nice to like have that be like a statement. And I think that Press House definitely delivers on that. There's so much like resources dedicated to making sure that people are able to bring all of who they are and not just like show up and be here, but also to delve into why that they've been excluded, or just to have like a place that is specifically for all of who they are. So things like the BIPOC group and Queerly Beloved are things that I definitely really appreciate about Press House, and I think that those are things that are really important to making people feel like they really can bring all of who they are. And yeah, I think Press House is also just a very encouraging and open space for people who are like anywhere in their faith journey or like not planning on going on a faith journey at all. So yeah, I think it's a great place for people who are very different because I think for the most part, yeah, everyone's very like open and willing to learn about what Press House is doing here on campus.
So one of our goals here at Press House is to help students develop a deeper and more mature faith. So for you, how have you developed a deeper and more mature faith during your time at UW-Madison? And how has Press House been a part of that journey for you?
Yeah, so I think that just coming to UW-Madison and then being out on my own gave me a lot more autonomy over how I spent my Sundays. Yeah. And then just like about my religion and that in general. I think that having that freedom to kind of figure out what I wanted to believe or what I did believe was really helpful in creating a faith that was more my own and not somebody else's. And I think that Press House definitely played a large part in that. I think that having open discussion with other people who are in many different stages or areas of their own belief or different religions or different beliefs has been very helpful. I think that just being able to discuss it in a place that is like free of judgment is very helpful in growth. So yeah, I feel like Press House definitely is just a place that I feel comfortable enough to explore. And if I say like, oh, I don't know if I believe this, or oh, I feel hesitant about proclaiming this, or like, I feel like this part of religion just doesn't align with who I am or who I am politically, Press House is a place that is very safe for me to say things like that. And so being able to have like this free and very safe place to explore the different facets of religion, and my own relationship with religion has been very helpful in my own growth.
Yeah. Thinking about sort of your whole experience as a student and coming to Press House and your time here, if you were to sit down with someone who was interested in joining a spiritual community in college, what advice would you give them?
I think that I would just tell them to try and engage. I was hesitant at first to engage with Press House and really like try, I guess. I when I started out, it was more like, oh, I guess I'll just kind of see where this goes, and now I'm here still. So yeah, I think that like just really engaging with the different opportunities that Press House has, because there are so many things that Press House is offering, and I really do think that there is a place that anyone can enjoy Press House. I think that, yeah, just kind of engaging and then realizing that it doesn't have to be like super intense pressure. Like I feel like when I started out, I was like, oh, it has to be like all or nothing. I have to be like the most devout Christian ever, or I'm like, might as well just not try at all. And I think that like just like engaging with the people here and not putting all this like all or nothing kind of pressure on myself has helped me. And I think that it would help other people as well, just kind of get started, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I would take it if I wasn't here already.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shift gears here a little bit, and I have some rapid fire questions prepared.
Okay.
I have multiple sets, so
okay.
Here's what I need you to do. I need you to choose a number between 1 and 4.
3.
3, all right. List number 3.
I worked as a server at the Lutheran home in Milwaukee. Well, I was a babysitter before that, I guess.
Babysitter it is.
Okay. Probably Jasmine.
Okay.
I don't know. Eggs.
Eggs, the most boring breakfast item. But hey, good eggs. Actually, that makes sense because, slight tangent, when we were in Puerto Rico, we talked about this, about how it's really important to make quality scrambled eggs.
Yes.
And you made scrambled eggs for us. And they were really good.
Great.
So, I'll take it.
All right. You know, Arboretum.
The Arboretum, yeah.
Arboretum. The house is there. That would be a nice place to live. Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah.
I want to ask so many follow-up questions, but I won't.
I like swimming. Yeah.
Okay, swimming it is.
I ignore it.
Ignore it straight away.
I'm pretty easily entertained, so like most things make me laugh, I guess. But I don't know. Usually other people, not like a
Laughing at other people's downfall?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm right with you.
Win?
Yeah.
I don't really. Maybe like one that requires no skills. I think just seeing how resilient people are makes me hopeful. Yeah.
Well, May, thank you so much for sitting down with me to film this spotlight.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And to those who are watching, thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next time. Peace.